Hey there everyone, Luke here, and I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas. I know I did. Just to give you an example of what I got this cool lightsaber shirt from my brother, so thanks for that, bro. Really loving the shirt. And also I got Dr. Stone blanket, which if there's any indication, I might be doing a couple more chapters of the backlog of Dr. Stone. Still haven't decided on that from when we come back, because I know this week we're on break for New Year's and everything, but the week after we will be having a chapter, and then it'll be another break for 2 weeks. That's usually how it goes with Shonen Jump at this time of year. So hopefully I'll be doing a couple more backlog chapters of Dr. Stone, like I said, so you might see the blanket then. But yeah, loving the blanket so that I can wrap myself around when I'm on my computer. And speaking of like lightsabers, I got myself Star Wars Fallen Order, playing that at the moment, really enjoying it, looking forward to the sequel when that comes out in March. But yeah, let's just dive right into this chapter, because oh boy, there's some stuff that happens this week. Okay, when I say this week, I mean, like, you know, the week that we've just gone with the chapter that came out on Christmas Day. But yeah, so let's just dive right into the chapter. So this will be chapter 160, titled Interruption. Oh great, I'm gonna have someone come in and interrupt me. No, I'm not. It's just, yeah, this is obviously a reference to what happens in the chapter where, as Momo is explaining stuff to Tayo, he gets interrupted, so that's the reference to it. But yeah, starts off with colour pages to commemorate the TV anime getting confirmed, as we have basically all the Yozakuras preparing for a pitch, and we have Keigo going like, well, these are puppets, they look super real. We have Shinzo going, I modified real guns to make them, and then we have Tayo Mutsumi having a little bit of couple trouble here of just like Tayo, your tie is crooked, so let me do it up for you. Thanks, Mutsumi. And then you have Koricho in the background just staring at them like, Tayo, why did it have to be you? Although there is a bit of character development from Koricho in this shot, to which I've got to respect. This is something that I was like, I don't know what's more surprising, what happens with the interaction with Momo, or the fact that Koricho's actually having some character development here. But yeah, Koricho being Koricho is just like, oh, Mutsumi, my clothes are scuffy in the towel, can you do it for me? And it's like, yeah, I'm sure you can fix yourself, Koricho. So she's basically like, yeah, you're not going to get this off me, Koricho, I know what you're doing here. And the answer's no. And Koricho's like, oh, I thought that would work. But yeah, they're like, okay, we're going to take the picture now. Tayo, can you say, like, Koricho, why are you pointing a gun at it? Fruitsbar, why are you pointing a gun at? Why are you pointing a gun at me? And I love that banter that's going on here, because this colour picture is actually a reference to the beginning of the series. If you remember, where we had them all lining up, they all had their weapons together. Koricho had the gun pointed at Tayo, and Fruitsbar and Mutsumi both had guns pointed at Koricho. Although it's kind of different here, because in that chapter, Tayo was absolutely scared of Koricho and scared of having the gun pointed at him, but now it's like, hey, it's Koricho, it's part of what he does, so I might as well just go along with it. And yeah, you have Koricho just giving like a little smirk of like, I'm not really going to do this, but I want to do it as well, Tayo. So yeah, it's perfect contrast to what happened at the beginning of the series, where we got that first colour page on chapter 1. But anyway, that's enough of the colour pages there. Now let's get into the chapter properly. So we start off with Ire from the end of the last chapter, where we have Momo saying to like Tayo, it's like, okay, Tayo, this is the last part Ri and me have for you, so we're going to entrust it to you, the plan that we're going to build. So before I go, this is what it's going to do. But before any of this can happen, we have Momo preparing to like get the tables and get all the memories prepared to tell Tayo like, okay, this is what needs to happen. You see, just everything get frozen over, like literally in a split second. It's like, okay, Okay, what happened? What happened here? What's going on here? What's going on here? And you see Creature going like, oh, oh. He gives like the stare of like, oh, this is something that I was not anticipating. And obviously, Tile being Tile, he didn't anticipate this. But the fact that Creature wasn't anticipating this, like, that is pretty terrifying stuff, because Creature is usually the guy that's always 1,000 steps ahead of the opponent. The fact that this is something that even he didn't expect was like, oh, this is bad. This is bad news. And you don't get Momo's expression here, but the fact that he's been frozen means that, yeah, Momo is not going to be. I don't think. I don't know. Is this going to negate Creature's ability to send Momo away into the void if he's frozen over? Because Creature says here, like, the room suddenly turned white. No, my blooming has stopped. So does that mean Momo is still going to be in the series? Let me know your thoughts on that, because it seems like this is the case now, because Momo wasn't, like we say, there's a difference between being all dead and mostly dead. I feel like this is the case with Creature's Spirit. There's a difference between being all sent into the void and mostly sent into the void. Momo's mostly sent into the void, but his face was still there, so the effects were negated before he could actually be properly finished off. So does that mean he's not going to be sent into the void? Let me know. But yeah, the person behind it just makes their grandiose entrance. You get this talk. So I imagine it's like he's walking. It's like his boots are stomping on the ice. So it's like, I imagine it's that kind of sound effect that they're doing. And yeah, he says, I made it in good time. The Yozakura family blood is precious. Now we needn't lose even a drop. And when I first saw this guy, I was like, oh my god, this guy's stare is absolutely terrifying. Like, I'm not even serious here. He just has like that. He has the Illumi effect. That's basically what it is. It's Illumi's face from Hunter x Hunter, but just in the style of Mission Yozakura. And yeah, kind of intimidating. So yeah, this is the new bad boy in town, the new main antagonist that's going to be taking over after Momo. Pretty much everyone is under the assumption of that happening. Although I have a few little ideas which we'll get into at the end of the chapter. The fact that Momo in this chapter, and I've read this chapter like about 3 times, Momo doesn't especially say like, yeah, this is the true enemy, makes me think that there's going to be another enemy after this guy, because Momo would have just said it outright, like, this is the true enemy, Koichiro Tayo. This is the enemy that we're trying to protect us, the Yozakura family from. He would have just flat out said that, and the fact that he doesn't makes me think like, yeah, there's more to it. There's more to this guy than meets the eye. But yeah, makes a very good first impression, and I just love his outfit of just like this, just like. Suave, really polished, really sharp, clean outfit with a symbol on his tie, which I feel like is the same. It's similar. Yeah, I feel like it's the same symbol that is on his ear as well. But what makes him really stylish is just its eyes, just like the glary, dizzying effect here. And side note, what he did here to negate Koichi's blooming was not a blooming himself. Like, what he did was not a blooming, because if you look at his eyes, it doesn't have the cherry blossom blooming symbol that happens whenever a blooming activates. So yeah, this is a completely different ability, whatever he's doing. So Scarred Hero, Sacred Hero, the way you explained about Yozakura introducing a new power up, this might actually be a new power-up for that particular reason, the fact that this is not a blooming. So Momo continues on and finally introduces this guy who is called Asa. Oh great, now we've got another character with a similar sounding name. So, is it Asha? Like, 1 second, because this... Have we got two characters with the same name in Jump titles? Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. Oh, come on. My name's book. Yeah, so I'm looking at Chainsaw Man now because I really want to see if it's the same spelling. So just bear with me, guys. Oh my god, it is! Oh my god, it is. So now we have two characters in two separate series with the same name that are running concurrently. We have Chainsaw Man with Asa, who's the new main protagonist of Chainsaw Man Part 2, and now we have Mission Yozakura with Asa, the new main antagonist. That has to be like a reference. Like I guarantee the author of Mission Yozakura Family probably is a fan of Chainsaw Man, so Asa is probably named after Asa from Chainsaw Man Part 2, because there is no way that is not deliberate because of the fact that, oh, Chainsaw Man's got a protagonist with the name Asa. Okay, I'm gonna have an antagonist with the name Asa. So if that's the case, mad respect for the author to give that connection. So yeah, Asa is the new main antagonist of Mission Yozakura Family. Like I said, I'm just saying that as a generalization because we don't know if this guy is going to turn out to be an antagonist. Although from the looks of things, from what he does in this chapter, very much so, like, yeah, this is the new bad boy until we get the next main antagonist. Because I feel like to just have three main antagonists before the series ends, yeah, I just really want it to be four, or maybe get seven, because there's 7 Yozakura siblings, maybe 7 main antagonists. Who knows? But anyway, Asa, after hearing Momo say his name, is like, I'm not so grand that I deserve to offer you my name. Basically, I'm saying like, I'm not so grand, so yeah, you don't even get to hear my name, Momo. And he literally just picks up Momo by the face and just breaks him away from his body. So it's like Momo is just an icicle statue. Although because Momo was affected by the blooming, and Koichi and Tayo and the other siblings weren't, does that mean that this ability, whatever Asa's doing, is like the antithesis to the blooming and has the power to negate bloomings or steal bloomings, like kind of like what happened in Bleach, although it wouldn't be just the case of like, I'm just going to steal your blooming. Like, it'll probably just be to negate his blooming. That would be quite an interesting threat to take on, if that's the case of like, yeah, this ability, whatever it comes in contact with, it can negate blooming. So yeah, anyway, back to the chapter. So we have Asa just grabbing Momo's face and just yanking it from his body, and he's like, I'm just a simple man who wants to save the Yozakura. Yeah, save them, Asa. Yeah, we all know how this has gone. Momo was trying to get his family back together and be one happy family. Oh, the amount of courses. You probably just want to save the Yozakura so that you can use them as an army to take over the world or something. And you just have Momo going like, oh, I'm only a fragment of Subumi's blood. And Asa says, even that is precious enough. Not only you. So yeah, Asa is very obsessed of protecting, like, I feel like he's much more obsessed of protecting the Yozakuras more so than Koichi, which could make him more of a legitimate threat, even more from Momo. He might be more controlling than Momo himself, which would be absolutely scary. But yeah, he spots the heart of Ri, and he's like, there's the 9th generation heart, which still shines to this day. With these, the Yozakura family's power will remain safe. They can still be useful for the good of the world. Yeah, he's basically going to use them to be like, oh, so they're going to be useful, they're going to be good for the world. Yeah, the world that I decide. That's probably what Asa's plan is like, he sees the Yozakuras as being like, oh, they're being used and abused by others. No, gonna come back to me, and I'm gonna decide how they're utilized. But as he tries to take that out, we have Tayo being like, yeah, you're not gonna take that from us. and I don't know who you are, but you can't take it, and I won't let you, because the whole point of it is that he wants to lay the heart in an eternal slumber in the place where Ri was born, which was probably in the Yozakura family mansion. Wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. So yeah, wants to bury it in the Yozakura family grounds. But yeah. Oh my god, I've only just realised this. So we have Asa trying to go for the heart. Tile gets Yui in the near his finger, and then Asa is just like, "Who are you?" And then just turns and looks like. Oh, I could just imagine the sound effect that would happen with Asa's eyes. Can't believe I'm mentioning this, but if you go back and watch episode 1 of The Promised Neverland, and you had the demon eye where it's just like, I could just imagine that would be the sound effect that Asa's eye does here. I see Tile just getting frozen over, not just Tile, but also the sword as well. So I guess whatever Asa decides to come in contact with, it gets frozen over and negated. But as this happens, no, it can't be negating. It can't be negating Blooming's, because you see here, Kiricho's blooming trying to come after Asa. So I don't know what this guy's power is, like what abilities it has. Like, is it just the case of like he decides what gets through and what doesn't get negated? But yeah, I love this moment here because it's the first time in the entire series where it's flat out stated Kiricho is standing up for Tile, as he's like, "Do not harm Mutsumi's husband. Who are you?" So yeah, I don't know what's more crazy about this whole situation: the fact that Kiricho doesn't know what's going on for once, or the fact that he's standing up for Tile. But either way, quite good character development there from Kiricho, even though it's just a little. And like I've said before, I feel like the reason for this mainly is the fact that Kiricho sees a lot of Kai in Tile. So I guess technically he didn't really like I've been saying, he didn't really want to kill Tile. He was just kind of like testing him and being like, "Oh, if you're going to be worthy of looking after Mutsumi, you have to put your money where your mouth is and take me on, and I'm not going to go easy on you." But I feel like at this point Kiricho's like, "Oh no, Tile is more than capable of looking after Mutsumi, even though a slight part of me disagrees with it. He is the one that is capable of it, and capable of bringing in the next generation of Yozakura." So I love the fact that Kiricho is just standing up for Tile in this situation, even if he doesn't really want to do it at times. But yeah, he's got a bigger fish to fry of like, yeah, who is this guy? What is his deal here? Why does he want to protect the Yozakuras? And Asa's like, "Oh, I have no business with you today. I have no intention of harming you." Too bad. The fact that you're trying to take away their mother's heart, you're doing harm for them already. He explains that he simply let the Yozakuras loose in the world. Now it's sucked the land dry. Everywhere it touches, it even turned up itself, bringing harm to its own. So yeah, like I said, he wants to get the Yozakuras under control, because he's like, "Oh, they're running riot and they're causing harm to the land, so can't have that. And he continues on by saying, "I must prune as necessary, and allow the bloom to allow it to only bloom where it belongs. That's why, for the best of us, that's what's for the best of the world. Please do not take this personally. I'm doing this all for your sake." As we get the big reveal of like, he is the creator of the Yozakura. So I always thought Kawashita would have been Mutsumi's husband, because that would have made a lot of sense. But it seems like this guy might not Mutsumi, Kawashita being Subumi's husband. They're both heads, whatever. But yeah, I always thought Kawashita would be Subumi's husband, but it seems like this guy, the fact that he's explicitly saying that he's the creator of the Yozakuras, seems to be like, yeah, he is the first husband of Subumi. So he might have but then didn't Kawashita get a blooming from Mutsumi, or was it like developed from the experimental drug? That's something that I'll have to go back and check that, but I'm pretty sure that Kawashita didn't use the drug on him, and his blooming is legitimately from Subumi, unless this guy has blooming, but he can't have it because he wasn't activating the flowers, so it can't be a blooming whatever he's doing. So whatever is going on here, but the fact that he is the creator of the Yozakuras is like the biggest surprise in the series at this moment. Although it's something I feel like we could have all expected because we only knew about Tsubumi as being the first original head of the Yozakuras. We expected like, okay, we're gonna get the male side of it, eventually, and now we have. He might be potentially descended from the ninjas that the Yozakuras came by. Unless he's the head of the ninja clan that became the Yozakura family. Like, just so many questions happening here. And even though he is the creator of the Yozakuras, like it says here, like I said, I don't think he's the true enemy, because Momo would have just flat out said he was to Taiyo and Creature. Would be like, that's him. He's the main enemy that you guys have got to be aware of. So I'm guessing there might be someone else out there. Maybe another sibling, because we still have we only know about this generation of Yozakuras, like Mutsumi and her siblings. We don't know anything about Ri and her siblings, or Ban's wife and his siblings, or just if Tsubumi had any siblings. Like, we need to know that. Like, that's something I really want to know, and it seems like we are going to get into the lore of that. And like I said, even though I'm saying he's not the true enemy, I do feel like Tsubumi is the true enemy. So she's gonna turn out to be the final antagonist of the series. Which, if that's the case, that's great. We've had her built up before. We've had her take center stage before, and to bring her back into the finale being the final antagonist, that would be perfect way to cap off the series. So we have four antagonists, although I really hope there's 7 antagonists to, like I said, kind of round it out with the 7 Yozakura siblings, 7 antagonists. But I digress. If it is just these 4, Asa, Kamoshita, Momo, and Tsubumi, I'd be perfectly fine with that. But anyway, Creature and Taiyo obviously give off very different reactions here. Creature's like, the creator of the Yozakura family? But Taiyo's just like, the creator of the Yozakura family? What? But yeah, Momo's just like, oh, don't get such a big head, Asa. They are children. They don't need prayers from the likes of you. But Asa not paying attention to Momo just explodes the blooming and the ship itself. And where the hell are Kai and Alexander? They were on the ship. What has happened to them? Are we gonna get any answers to that? Like, where the hell have they been during all of this crap? But yeah, I digress. So yeah, the ship gets blown up. Momo and Asa escape, and Taiyo wakes up on the car that's a helicopter with everyone. So everyone's back to normal. The mission was a success, but at the same time, we have bigger fish to fry with this whole new enemy. As Taiyo awakens, everyone's just around him, just like, oh, thank God, Taiyo, you're all right. And he's just like, everyone, like, what's going on here? But of course, Mutsumi goes in to hug her husband, and I'm just like, I'm just glad you're safe, Taiyo. And Taiyo's just like, oh, thank God. As long as Mutsumi's all right, I'm all right. And you see Creature just pondering over everything, and not even attacking Taiyo, which again, very interesting character. Like, we haven't had Creature attacking Taiyo in like a comedic way. It's just like, oh, you're flirting with my sister in my presence, can't allow that. But I guess it's also because he's like, yeah, even though I don't like that, I'm gonna let it slide for now because I've got more important things to be thinking about here. So he says, Dad, Mum's heart, I expect that man called Asta did all of this and finished them. So yeah, Momo is still alive technically in the series. So whether or not he comes back as a robot, cyborg, whatever, that I could actually see happening. Momo coming back as a robot cyborg and being an antagonist again in the series. But for now, I feel like this is a perfect conclusion to Momo as the main antagonist. I could see him becoming more of like a secondary antagonist at this point as Asa takes center stage, and it'll be very interesting to see what comes out of this, because like I said, Momo wasn't sent into the void, so he's technically still in the series, and whatever Asa decides to do with him, that's any guess. I'm guessing robot cyborg, because that's the obvious thing that will probably happen. But Karicha's just like, yeah, even though all that happened, we still have a clue in the form of a bullet that. Oh wait, did he finish? Oh no. Oh no! Okay, going back a little bit. So Momo was just like, they don't need prayers from the likes of you, and Momo's hand basically broke away before he vanished with Asa and Reese Hart. He gave Momo the next clue to investigating what's going on, which is a bullet with the cherry blossom symbol on it, and Creature basically announces like, we've got ourselves another annoyance to handle, but for now let's get home. Mission complete as the sun rises, and that's the end of the chapter and the end of the sibling retrieval arc and the end of the Momo saga. So, well, what a way to end this arc and end this portion of the series. Now, like I said, I just love this series for the fact like it keeps us guessing like when the series is going to be reaching its climax, and the fact that we thought the Doctor was going to be the final antagonist, now we thought Momo was going to be the final antagonist, now we've got Asa as the creator, but he might not even be the final antagonist at this point. Like, who knows? Who cares? Let's just enjoy the ride now. What I feel like is going to happen for the next few chapters, I feel like we're going to get more slice of life chapters, because this has been a massive year for Yozakura family. It's been the year of Momo, it's been the year of Karicha. We've just had a ton of lore being dropped on us, from introducing Go Rank spies to getting Momo and his motivations and the final climactic showdown with him. I feel like at this point we need a break. We need to go back to those slice of life chapters, which I'd be perfectly fine if that was for the first like month or two. So like for the first 8 chapters, where we build up the characters again, get them doing more slice of lifey things, and dealing with the aftermath of Asa's introduction. But anyway, guys, what did you think of this chapter? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys. Also, side note before I go, because I completely forgot after I did the outro, that this week we're going to be doing 2 podcasts on the Control Chaos page, where we're talking about the state of Shonen Jump. So I'm going to be giving more thoughts on this chapter in that modcast, and also the one about Ash leaving the Pokemon anime and why that's a good thing. So look forward to them. And like I said, maybe after chapter 161, once I've done that, I might do a couple of the Dr. Stone chapters. We just don't know yet. So look forward to them. Look forward to those projects. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get the Dr. Stone ones done. I should be able to. But if not, hopefully you enjoy the modcasts that are coming on Control Chaos. So yeah, look forward to them. And I know Party Jams, I know you are going to be looking forward to doing your rant on Earthchild, and I am looking forward to experiencing that myself. So yeah, like I said, one last time, this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys, and enjoy the new year.